Hi, I'm Harry. I'm the design director at DixonBaxi, and I've been here for about a year and 3 months.
Hi, I'm Thierry, and I'm a junior designer, and I've been here for about a year and a half.
We tend to try and get as many people involved as we can from the start, different skill sets. We have like a bit of a creative sprint basically, where you might spend a week or 2 weeks really just doing everything that you can imagine for the project. Doing stuff that's wrong, doing stuff that's right. Quite a lot of stuff that's wrong to start with, and it's that kind of, kind of not having the fear and worrying about trying to nail it straight away, and actually being really broad with the
trying to make a lot of wrong decisions, isn't it? Just so that you can smash those out the way.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's
a good path.
That's definitely part of the process. I think is
yeah.
kind of, being brave, and actually to get something that's good, you've got to do a lot of wrong things, and it's probably something that gets echoed quite a lot in a lot of creative practices. But we really do kind of go for that, and there's a lot of kind of ambition to not make it too narrow, and really kind of push the exploration out as far as you can to really find the edges. And once you've got that, you can then kind of refine everything later on. I mean, personally, yeah, I always enjoy making a lot of mess before you can tidy it up, and I think that's the exciting part. When you print lots of stuff out, you can get everyone round, and it's a real kind of communal kind of group effort to get the idea, and it's that's, I think, when you can really stand back a little bit of the work you've been doing. It's very hard to get that kind of that viewpoint on things that are on a screen, and you're looking at them in isolation of one another, and to have that, that distance from your own work is really important, and not to be scared to show it to other people. And I think that kind of group effort really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we have to constantly be tidying these areas, this floor and the upper floor all the time, because literally there's paperwork every single day, and it's great because especially for the junior designers, it keeps us on our toes just to kind of see what everyone is doing, and also it gets us back in line. It kind of shows us the kind of direction and the kind of way that the project is going. So it really is great and very kind of inspirational. Not to be.
Yeah, I think it breeds a little bit of like healthy kind of competition as well. I think it's like, personally, I'm quite competitive, and you sort of look at other people's kind of screens, and they're doing. You can't really quite see it. Yeah.
Can't hide anything.
Yeah, but once it's out on the floor, you've almost got nowhere to hide, and without it being like a overly competitive, it does kind of make you elevate your work a little bit when you're putting it next to the people you work with, and you want to you want your work to look good, so it kind of edges you on, I think.
Incredible to see how much stuff can be done in just a few days, really, when we do print those things out. After we do an incredible project here, we have a stick with just sort of thinking about that project. Before you know it, we've forgotten it and we're onto something massive. And to me, I think that is the restlessness, the fact that we never quite stop, we never quite hang on to one project. Now we've done Eurosport, now we're doing the Olympics coverage. So it's just we're constantly moving, and we're constantly heading towards better. So I think that for me, that's something that is a huge motto for this place.
Yeah. I think as a designer, you kind of get quite ephemeral. Well, I am anyway. You kind of get quite bored with things quite quickly, and I think that's actually quite a healthy attitude sometimes. It kind of forces you to kind of get really involved and passionate about something for quite a short amount of time, like you often do with a client. You kind of get quite an unusual kind of task or briefing, and you become an expert in something. You kind of engross yourself in it, and you suddenly an expert on quite a lot of winter sports, which is kind of weird. But as soon as that's kind of finished, you're on to the next kind of challenge, and again, it's that kind of having to really kind of become immersed in something. And I guess that kind of, for me, is the kind of restlessness.
It's quite different with me, because Harry says that he gets bored. For me, I do something great and I stick around. I start singing my own praises. But this kind of attitude that they have here is better in a sense, because it means you don't stay on one level. You keep moving up.